Indeed.
So we do have no trick ponies on the first pick. So what sort of bands do you think we should be seeing here?
Well, if I was no trick ponies, you know, I would be a little bit confident that, you know, my team is well established. Like, you know, we haven't lost a game this season, but there are certain heroes in this map that can throw everything awry. We saw it with Lost Vikings, and we can see it as well if we had, like, you know, well, Lost Vikings is probably the key one, and Murky, maybe an Avatar. If it was me, I'll be saying, you know what, we can deal with a team fight. We can deal with the rotations. We can deal with the communications. What we can't deal with is those pesky little dwarves running around Towers of Doom, capping everything in sight.
For sure.
And I will just go ahead and ban them straight away.
Yeah, I like that as a plan a lot. I also highly respect the Vikings on this one, so I think that would be very reasonable. They did go for the Murky ban, so I guess either they're looking to first pick Vikings or they think that Murky is more oppressive in the current meta. I don't know.
Now, Bez, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Murky get a nerf today? There was a balance update today in which I think they talked. I think Murky was meant to get it. I don't know whether he came online today or he's coming online tomorrow. I would have assumed he was today.
I think it's coming online tomorrow, mate. I don't think that patch is live yet.
Right.
I'll be completely honest with you. I got home from work and I basically jumped straight on to cast the match. So I haven't really had a chance to look at any of that stuff. My understanding was it wasn't expected to be affecting the games this evening. So I believe that that's not live yet, but I'm happy to be corrected.
Yeah. Well, either way, Murky is still quite a pesky hero to go up against.
We do see the Rag getting banned out there. I like that. It seems like a solid choice.
What has the game come to when you have to ban Murky as first? Oh, God.
Yeah, for sure. It's not what Murky. You want to be seeing, really. But, okay, well, chat is saying what balance update, so I'm guessing that isn't live.
No. It's either tomorrow or maybe next week. I was under the impression there was a thread in which they were saying that there was going to be an update regarding Murky.
Yeah, no, I've heard of this. I've heard rumors of it as well. I just haven't had a chance to investigate.
But in either case, they go for the mouth. Solid healer.
Yeah, very solid, absolutely.
Very flexible. He allows no trick ponies to go into a double healer. He also allows kind of like, you know, AoE healing, got the silence, you know, all round a really good support.
And obviously the poke on the shrines as well, or the altars.
Exactly.
Is very relevant.
We go for the Dahaka Li Ming. Very interesting. Very interesting. Dahaka, great mobility, great solo lane potential. Li Ming gives you that poke as well on the shrine. Now, is it a little bit too early for the Li Ming? That remains to be seen. I
mean, I think she's got a lot of power on this map. I don't dislike that pick. Her ability to interrupt and interfere with the channels on the altars is pretty massive. And obviously, she does give you that potential to snowball a team fight.
Exactly.
And that is, you know, I know you were talking about Vikings and sort of funky strategies, but Ming is a legitimate way that a weaker team or a team that is weaker on communication can come out on top in those kind of fights. Now, we do see the Varian and the Falstad. Falstad, obviously, really nice because of the global presence, helping with getting the altars and getting that soak as well. And Varian, as much as anything, I like it taking it away from the Li Ming team, because Li Ming Varian is a very scary combo.
Yeah, and then this is what I was saying about the Li Ming being a bit premature. Because if they were able to secure a Varian here, the Li Ming would have been deadly if they picked her later on in the draft. Now, granted, no trick ponies could have identified and banned out the Li Ming or picked it for themselves. But I felt Li Ming, it feels now, is like part of a set with Varian. So if they were able to pick Varian in the first rotation, they had that Li Ming. And they were able to secure Li Ming in the second rotation for them, then that would have been an amazing combo.
For sure. I do just want to interject here with a slight aside. halfway through the betting, we have nearly twice as much being bet on the Plebs as on the No Trick Ponies. So we've got real
Wow.
faith from the chat here that Plebs are going to show us an upset. I'm excited.
But reality is, based, they've got a map to do it in. This map is not a conventional map by any means. It's got you could argue you could rotate mid and bot, but the reality is it's not conventional. Getting structures, getting the forts losing objectives doesn't infer against speed.
Fantastic. So we've got
Stitches
Medivh. Now this is another alternative to the sort of Viking style. It's a very strong pick-off effect that you can get with Gorge and the portals from Medivh. So really quite an interesting and powerful comp here.
And talking about powerful,
the
NTP reacted with a Tassadar and a Greymane. Now we saw Throwing last night go with a variant Greymane combo, and tanks such as Stitches and like in the other case I believe was Diablo, they get absolutely shredded by that combo. The silver bullets coming in destroys tanks. So it's a pretty strong combo. But one saving grace that silver players have is that Medivh. If that Medivh is able to get the shields correctly and is able to time and prevent that combo from taking place, you would get insane value, because a variant is heavily countered by Medivh because of that. Because the shield negates any taunt, negates any CC lockdown, and things like that. It's fantastic. So interesting draft.
It's a wonderful draft. I'm thrilled and excited to see what we've got here. This is going to be a real treat. I have to be honest. We've done some scrims with the Plebs. Obviously, I have done some co-casting with Alex. Alex has done some co-casting with me as well. So, I'm kind of rooting for them. And, I think they've picked a comp that gives them the possibility of being able to pull off an absolutely awesome upset here. So, I'm excited to see what they can do.
Saying that, though, if I was silver players, I'll be slightly scared by that variant and that Greymane.
Oh yeah, absolutely. By taking the route that they've done, they have obviously given a lot of those power heroes over to the other team. So here we are into the game. On the right hand side, we do have No Trick Ponies in the red, Millie on Tassadar, Senric on the Varian, Patsku on Greymane, Fatal on the Malfurion, and Falstad being played by Silver Fox.
10 seconds.
And on the left-hand side, representing the Silver Plebs, you have SP Just Alex on the Dahaka, Godspeed on the Medivh, Angel on Stitches, Hallie on Li Ming, and Nux on the Brightwing.
Okay, and here we go into the game. So we've got Silver Plebs are obviously going to be looking for a hook here. I almost think No Trick Ponies should just not be here.
And we go the first one.
Yeah, they get the hook on the Greymane, followed by Polly from the Brightwing there. But not able to finish him off, obviously. Double support coming from No Trick Ponies to make sure that he's going to be safe. Obviously, we've got the Medivh here, which is really powerful actually against the Varian, as much as anything because of the vision. Just being aware of where that gank could be coming from should make a huge difference. Nux, way too far out in the lane.
On the top. Nearly. Straight tongue on the top.
Cool. Unfortunately, we did see Nux falling in mid lane there. Just wasn't really aware of the rotation, even though it was being scouted by Medivh, unfortunately. So, No Trick Ponies looking to get an ambush here, but they've only kept Varian and their two supports, so they've not really got any blow-up potential. Hook does land on the mouth, and all three of them from No Trick Ponies falling pretty low.
The Greymane is isolated here, but
he is, but Tassadar's got the shield on him, so he's going to be fine. So, pretty standard talent picks, I think, on side of Silver Plebs. Nothing too unusual there. And then we do have Q build for Greymane and the shield build for Tassadar there. And also Seasoned Marksman on the Falstad. So some slightly less standard picks maybe on their side.
Makes sense. Having going the mage spec on the full stat won't get too much value. The Stitches knows what he's doing. He is counter mage. The spell shield that he gets and a high health pool really doesn't give you a lot of value on that. He is weak against against AA though, so it makes sense to pick that.
So we do see Dahaka and Mouth getting the 2 channels in up top. Obviously Dahaka has the global. That's going to allow Plebs to have a 5v4 temporarily.
And we've got a tongue on the variant into a poly.
Oh, Greymane and Falstad getting onto Nuts and doing a lot of damage. He won't go down, but he did force out the Medivh shield and do quite a bit of damage. We do see the Plebs, they give up the channel, but I mean, they didn't give up any kills. They were safe.
Yeah.
And, they've kept pretty close to even on XP. Not quite.
Yeah. But saying that this is where shot calling is key in a map like this. The reality is Silver Plebs are level 3 against a level 4. They don't need to run the risk in capping that shrine. That shrine does not give them that great of an advantage for no-trick ponies. What they should be doing is recognizing the fact that they're a talent behind and recognizing the fact that they're pretty much a level behind and using that time to basically soak as much as they can and get that XP lead and just ignore the points for now. The game is not going to be won by securing that shrine in the beginning. Oh, great combo on the Varian.
A lot of damage, but obviously he is Varian. He's going to be okay.
We see a push going down a bot. The first towers go down.
They do get that Sapper camp in to blow up the towers, so another little bit of an advantage on the side of No Trick Ponies here. So we do have the nerfed Kala's Light talent for the Tassadar at 4. I still think it's pretty good, but I've heard other people saying otherwise. Standard AA talent for Falstad, Warbringer, obviously on the side of the Varian there.
The Kala's Light, although it's okay-ish, it just grants armor. They haven't got much armor. They haven't got much. Silver Plebs haven't really got much kind of auto attack damage. Most of it is spell based. I don't know how much value.
It's not physical armor. It's armor.
It's just total resistance then. Oh,
yeah. It's much better than that. That's why it was so busted at 25%.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's not just physical armor. So we do have level 7 now for both teams and a double shrine spawning. Looks like Silver Plebs are posing to look to just cap theirs, which and trade, which I think is sensible. But No Trick Ponies are not happy with that. They are pushing in.
Into a nice hook.
Getting dragged into the hook, but not quite enough to finish him off. Tassadar shield does keep him up. Dahaka in deep and taking a lot of damage, but the deep
Varian has
will help.
A lot of damage.
Varian falling very low, Li Ming also falling very low. Greymane getting a lot of damage with that splash off the cocktails, and that is going to cost Dahaka his life. And the rest of Plebs are pulling back. They are pretty low here.
Yep. The problem with that fight that was happening is 4 teams where the 4 players in the Silver Plebs were trying to get a kill. However, the Bribewing, the poly wasn't there. Why? Because the Bribewing was channeling. In this situation, you have to be as a 5-man and do your combo. If they did that, they can secure the shrine afterwards.
Sure, yeah. So, I mean, if you win the fight, you get the shrine by default. So,
and they could have won it. And they could have won it if the Bribewing was in the same kind of mindset as the rest of his team.
That's a nice CC chain on Angel there, but the shield and the portal
into the pool
will save him. Greymane gonna fall there?
No.
Oh, Tassadar shield just gonna come in time to keep him up. So obviously we do have the Master's Touch on the Medivh, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Yes.
He's obviously going to need to be very careful not to die. If he does get that completed, Medivh comes a bit of a powerhouse. His damage really comes online with that talent.
He really does. But the keyword is
yeah, absolutely.
But he seems to be doing a decent job at keeping himself alive.
Indeed.
Most opponents seem to not kind of be ignoring him, instead focusing on the Stitches and the Bribewing. So it's not too bad. As long as he keeps it up like this, I'm pretty sure he'll be able to complete it.
Now, the danger point is here. We do have No Trick Ponies at level 10. Silver Plebs only just hit 9. They're going to need to be really careful not to give away any kills to the ultimates of No Trick Ponies. And if more than one shrine spawns, that's going to be quite awkward for them because they're going to have to give it up. It is a double shrine. That's a taunt. Angel does manage to survive again due to the Medivh shield and the portal being really on point there. Fantastic play by Godspeed on the Medivh. Very impressive. And Silver Plebs are actually going to be 10 before these altars come online. Which does give them an opportunity to contest there. Obviously, they do have the double global to come in and help. We've got Dahaka tunneling straight down to bottom, but Tassadar's not going to allow that cap. Meanwhile, we do have a 4v4 sort of posturing in mid here. Ming getting quite a lot of damage off. Varian does dive in, but gets polyed. Taunt on the Medivh. That is dangerous.
Oh, great disengage by the
shield comes down perfectly.
Oh, and the Varian gets caught with a gorge.
Oh, and that is gonna just
great cleanse into a gust.
Yeah, they did use a lot of abilities there, but so do get a drag on the Grey Mane. Mouth Silence gonna hit down on 3 there, and that is a beautiful Medivh ult, but not going to be quite enough, unfortunately. Stitch is still going to go down. And that's going to be a man down again for the Plebs. It's going to make it very difficult for them to contest either of these shrines.
And Bayes is happening again. The team, the 4 players, so 4 Plebs are basically looking for the fight. They got the combo in, but they haven't got their 5th because the 5th is busy trying to cap the shrine. And at the end of the day, they didn't cap the shrine and they lost the team fight. They have to be of single in mind when these shrines come in. Either go for a fight or secure the shrine. If you can't secure the shrine, go for the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I missed that, I'm afraid. Didn't see that there was somebody trying to channel the shrine at the same time. Okay, so, I mean, it's still okay. You know, obviously, No Trick Ponies pretty ahead, 36 to 16 on the core health. But they're not too far ahead. They're only 1 level ahead in terms of XP.
The mouth gets a brilliant hook into a gorge, and he goes into the beautiful.
That's going to be a mouth in the death
and
zone.
The first kill of the game.
That is a kill for the Plebs, and that is absolutely what their comp here is trying to accomplish.
And the mouth acknowledging with a smiley face, and a great leyline seal.
Nice leyline seal there. A lot of damage going on to Greymane, but he is going to be able to pull back here. Tass shield coming down on him. So they are going to get away, but it was a nice move by Silver Plebs, trying to get some pressure there. We do unfortunately have Falstad being left unchecked in the top lane, getting a lot of push and getting a bit of an XP advantage as well. But yeah, I don't think the Plebs. Plebs are not going to be able to get their 13.
No, unless he got nice shield.
Beautiful shield again by the
and the hook nearly landed.
It did, but not quite. So there is a talent tier advantage. The Plebs do need to give this one up, I think.
Yes, indeed they do. They're not healthy.
Equally, I can completely understand.
Beautiful! And Varian is going to go down
into the portal again. That's Varian behind the wall. No saving him. We do though see the Plebs. They lose the shrine, but they're still trying to push in here. Stitches is going to fall. Medivh shield wasn't quite up in time to save him there. Oh dear, Medivh getting caught as well. And he really doesn't want to die. He is on 26 stacks of Master's Touch here. So Godspeed really needs to not die. He needs to get those last stacks in before he starts feeding. Very close to doing that now. We do see Seasoned Marksman, decent amount of progress for the Falstad there. He's about 3/4 of the way done on that one, which is pretty good for this. Pretty good going for this stage of the game. And Tass not quite got his 20 globes. He's on 16 so far.
Yeah, at least they're even talent. So If they get another nice hook into a combo, that could, secure their objectives in the next round.
And we are going to see the triple altar spawn coming up as the next spawn.
Yes.
So that's always a big deal.
The Haka falling at the top to a Falstad.
I missed that, unfortunately. Looks like he got soloed by the Falstad.
Great lane line seal at the bottom. Would it secure the thing? No. And the Brywing. Oh, the Brywing is going to get the Falstad, I believe.
Oh, it looks like.
And that's a Falstad death.
And he did use Gust as well there.
Yes,
so
he did.
He's not going to have Gust for the Shrine phase, the Ultra phase.
And then the Haka can channel bot now. The Haka can borrow bot, and they've got numbers advantage here.
Absolutely. Well, there'll be equal numbers. There'll be 4v4 on the top
for the time being. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If the Dahaka, if Alex chooses to go into mid, no, he has gone for the bot lane. Gonna get the Ultra down there. Leaves his team. He's not able to obviously global in on this now, and his team are 4v4 with Falstad.
And we got a hook into a mouth, dying again.
That is going to be a confirmed kill on the mouth, and No Trick Pony's not able to lock in the second Ultra up here. They're going to have to pull back now, as they are a man down in this one.
Could this be a boss call here from the Silver Plebs?
It's risky. Gust is up, but they are going to go for it.
Falstad flew down, so he's not going to be there for the boss defense or boss deny.
We do have Master's Touch completed by Godspeed there.
Fantastic.
So very good work by him. No Trick Pony's coming in to contest the boss, and Plebs are going to have to pull back here. They're continuing to tank the boss, even while fighting against No Trick Ponies. Nice ley line seal,
very nice ley line seal, but it won't be enough. The Gust is going to come in.
He's going to lock the boss in here, unfortunately. And if they give up any more kills here, that's going to be very awkward for them. They do get the portal out, but we are now on a 4 core health situation. So pretty much any Ultra channel is going to end.
Pretty much.
Is going to end it here, unless Silver Plebs manage to get a bell tower advantage over the No Trick Ponies, which they're not even close to doing that at this juncture. So it's going to be tricky for them. Falstad flying bot, getting some more minion soak. He is very nearly done on the season marksman stacks there. So looking to get that completed, obviously.
And we see the Falstad going to get picked? No hook follow up there.
Not going to be able to get him a hook. And we do have all 3 remaining members of No Trick Ponies were pretty close, so good job for that. Stitches didn't get too far out there. Looking for that one.
Setting up for the gank. Oh, but the Medivh spot.
But Medivh is going to give them the vision there.
The fishing
just missed the fishing hook. But we are now equal talent tiers. Slight structural advantage for No Trick Ponies, but I always feel like that's a little bit less significant on this map than on most. Although they have now cleared the walls out of all 3 of the forts, so there's no way to completely lock an enemy hero inside of that combo.
Unless they get him behind the forts.
Yeah, it has to get right into the death zone to really confirm it.
And here we go. Only the Ponies needs to do is secure the shrine.
Yeah.
That's
so this is the fight.
And Stitches going down.
The Medivh shield went onto their Hacker, and then they focused the Stitches very well. Leyline seal will
hit everyone except the Falstad,
and will stop the Ultra channel. But unfortunately, Falstad going deep there.
I think Gus secured it. I think it was just
that is going to be game. 1-0 in this series over to No Trick Ponies. Very strong game from both teams, and I like